In the summer of 2025, Pakistan faced one of the most powerful floods in its history. The country had experienced flood before, but this one was different. It was stronger, faster, and more destructive. Heavy rains fell for weeks, rivers overflowed, and villages disappeared underwater. The flood did not just destroy land and houses. It changed lives forever. It started with unusual weather patterns in late June. People in many regions noticed that the skies were darker than normal. Clouds gathered and stayed for days without moving. Farmers, who depend on seasonal rains for their crops, thought the rains would help their fields. But soon, the rain became too strong. It poured day and night without rest. Rivers like the Indus, Chenab, and Ravi began to swell. Within a few days, their banks could no longer hold the water. In Sindh, Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and Balochistan, villages were the first to face the disaster. The mud houses could not survive the flood. Walls collapsed, animals drowned, and people had to run to higher ground. In big cities like Karachi, Lahore, and Peshawar, the flood brought chaos too. Streets turned into rivers, cars floated away, and electricity went out. People had to use boats in places where cars once moved. The most painful part of the flood was not only the water, but the human struggle. Families were separated. In some cases, children were carried away by the current, while parents screamed helplessly. Hospitals became crowded with injured people. Many patients suffer from waterborne diseases like cholera, diarrhea, and skin infections. Schools turned into emergency shelters. Classrooms that once echoed with children's laughter were now filled with tired families sitting on mats. Relief workers tried to provide food, clean water, and medicine, but the need was greater than the supply. A mother in Punjab said, "We had a house yesterday. Today we only have the clothes on our bodies. Everything else is gone." Farmers lost their crops. Rice fields and wheat fields were washed away. Cattle drowned, and poultry farms were destroyed. This meant that even after the floodwaters would go down, hunger would rise. The country's economy, already struggling, faced more pressure. Yet, in the middle of all this pain, stories of courage also rose. A young boy in Sindh saved 3 of his siblings by pulling them onto a wooden door and pushing them through the water until they reached a safe building. In another village, women worked together to cook food in large pots for everyone, even when they had little left for themselves. Organizations in Pakistan's army stepped in to rescue people. Helicopters dropped food packets. Boats carried people from danger zones, and volunteers from across the country donated blankets, clothes, and medicines. Social media became a tool for rescue as well. Many trapped families posted their locations online, and rescue teams rushed to help. Scientists have been warning about climate change for years. Pakistan contributes very little to global pollution, but it suffers greatly from climate disasters. Glaciers in the north are melting faster than before, causing rivers to overflow. Monsoon rains are becoming heavier and less predictable. The 2025 flood was a direct result of these changes. Experts say that without better planning, Pakistan will continue to face such disasters. The country needs stronger dams, better drainage systems, and smarter city planning. Otherwise, each year of heavy rain will bring new destruction. When the water finally started to go down in August, the damage became clear. Entire villages were gone. Bridges were broken. Roads were destroyed. Millions of people had no homes to return to. Children looked lost because their schools were gone. But Pakistanis are known for their resilience. Slowly, communities began to rebuild. Brick by brick, house by house, they tried to create a new life. Aid kept coming. but it was never enough. Families worked together, sharing food and helping each other repair roofs. A man in Balochistan said, "The flood took everything from us, but it did not take our hope. We will rise again." His words showed the spirit of the people, hurt but not defeated. The flood of 2025 in Pakistan is not just a story of one country. It is a warning to the whole world. Climate change is real, and poor nations are suffering the most. Rich countries, industries, and big corporations have caused much of the global warming, but the price is being paid by ordinary families in small villages. World leaders must see Pakistan's flood as a wake-up call. Climate action cannot wait. If the planet continues on this path, more floods, storms, and heat waves will come. The world needs stronger agreements to cut pollution, protect the environment, and help vulnerable nations. Even after so much loss, many people in Pakistan turn to faith and community. Mosques, temples, and churches open their doors to all, giving shelter to anyone in need. Religious leaders reminded people to stay united and patient. In many places, prayers were held under open skies, asking for strength and protection. Children, despite losing homes, continue to smile and play in shelters. Teachers in camps started to gather groups of kids, telling them stories and teaching them simple lessons so they would not forget their education. This small step gave parents hope that their children's future was still possible. The flood in Pakistan 2025 was not just a natural disaster. It was a story of human strength, pain, courage, and resilience. It showed the worst of nature, but also the best of humanity. It left scars on the land, but it also left lessons for the future. For Pakistanis, the journey ahead will be long. They will have to rebuild homes, schools, and farms. But one thing is certain: the spirit of the people will not break. They will stand again, stronger than before. And for the world, this story is a reminder: when one country suffers from climate change, the whole planet is in danger. We are all connected. The flood in Pakistan is a call to act, to care, and to protect the earth before it is too late.